that may be a viable opportunity. And another opportunity that's been floated around out there is transitioning to multi-purpose educational and entertainment programming. And this could include everything from concerts, you got a great little sample of that tonight, to educational programs. The last couple of weeks we've run a pilot program of multimedia, test prep, learning and comprehension type content that's run on the screens. The school systems bring buses of kids in here, and it's it's called edutainment because it's an entertaining version of curriculum that's in line with the school curriculum. Things like a film club. There could still be niche film programming. There could be a Senator Jazz Society, a Senator Classic, R&B and Soul Society. All these things have been sort of tossed around, and each of those opportunities, in my mind at least, represent an opportunity to tap into a new audience, which then becomes a new customer base for all the surrounding businesses. If you keep it, and this is my personal opinion, if you keep it first run, you limit yourself to a singular purpose and a singular audience base. If you become multi-purpose, you have multiple audiences and multiple customer bases for the surrounding businesses. There are numbers to go with those theories. Those are just theories. The first run model, I personally have made it my, taken an interest in getting to understand some of the numbers involved here. And the idea that it's easy to just run this thing as a first run theater is unfounded, frankly. And I've seen the numbers that speak to that. Even if you could run this facility debt-free, if you take The Watchmen, for instance, a movie that ran this the past 3 weeks, it's a movie that was well promoted by the studios, a blockbuster by all accounts. It did about $35,000 gross the first week. Did about half of that the second week, and did about half of that again the third week. And that historically is what happens with these movies, is they step down by about half each week. Add that up and you actually get to about half of what it costs to run this place monthly. And you can't run it for any less than that because the movie theaters won't, or the movie studios won't give you the movie. Now add to that the fact that you're already only at half of your operational overhead, and the studios, under a healthy relationship, take 50 to 55% of that right off the top. So now you're down to about a quarter of your operational overhead before you pay a single other bill. And you only have one more week to get all the way home. And if you look at these numbers, you start to understand how Tom Kefauver could possibly have gotten himself in this situation. Now add one more factor in there because of his debt position and the sort of cumulative snowballing situation that he's been dealing with. The studios are actually taking 80%. They're not even taking just 50%. And they're requiring half of that 80% up front. Add to that the 2-week payroll cycle. So you've got a guy who's wondering, can I borrow a little bit from payroll and pay BG&E a little bit to get them off my back for another week, so maybe I can keep that movie open a little while longer. So there are real numbers behind these theories, and a lot of people are talking about theories. I don't know how well informed they are. I personally have been digging into those numbers, and when I look at a first run formula, I don't think it's a very easy task. I think it's daunting in its own right, even without debt. The idea of multi-purpose isn't easy either. There are things that have to happen. You need sound and lights in here. We have a stage. Tom paid for that on the last credit card that was working. He's a guy who's doing everything he can to carry this thing forward. It's beyond that, without the sound and lights, it feels like it works pretty well for live entertainment. We had a few concerts a few weeks ago. They were well received. I think we demonstrated over that weekend that not only is it possible, but that you can attract multiple audiences, multiple demographics, all different genres of music, all different demographics of people that are interested in that music, and all of those people want to go somewhere and eat before or after. Maybe they want to go shopping to kill a little bit of time, and these businesses across the street start to benefit from that. More so than, I think, than the limited demographic that's attracted to coming and sitting in a theater like this just because of its nostalgia. or because you grew up in this community. Everybody else is going down the road to the multiplex. So those are some of the, the real facts and figures that exist that really need to be examined and understood before anybody decides preemptively or prematurely who's got the right or the wrong idea in this thing. Unfortunately, we're running out of time to figure that out. I think the city's been working hard. There's a steering committee in place that's been looking at these scenarios. I've come up alongside Tom, and we've been running as fast as we can to figure it out. That timeline got shortened this much more this week by the bank. So that's sort of that's where we are tonight. It's I believe that we could figure this out. I think the community and the city can work together. The state has an interest, as I said. We could probably all work together to find a solution. I don't know if we have time for that, and I don't know if there's a way to buy time. But I think talking about it is important and understanding some of the facts here.